This is the opening scene of the children's animated film Harold and the Purple Crayon. It's such a great movie. Let's jump right into it. Alright, this is the beginning of the movie. You will see Harold here with his purple crayon, and we have some soft magical background music playing as our narrator sets the scene. Our gentle narrator with a very curious tone says, "Welcome, friends. Today we're going on an adventure with a little boy named Harold and his very special purple crayon. Are you ready to imagine and create along with him?" Now, if you have never seen this movie before, let me know in the comments how excited you are to watch it, or if you have watched it before, maybe tell us your favorite part. I would love to hear from you down below. Part 1: Harold's Big Idea. One night, Harold wanted to go for a walk in the moonlight, but there was no moon in the sky. So what do you think he did? That's right. He took his purple crayon and drew a big, round moon. He drew a path to walk on, and as he walks along the path, he thinks to himself, I'd like to see some trees. So with a few swirls, he drew apple trees. But Harold got hungry, so he drew 9 pies under the trees. He laughed. "That's too many pies for me." Everywhere Harold went, he created what he needed. A forest, a mountain, even a balloon, all from his imagination and his purple crayon. Let us pause for a moment with some cheerful music as Harold draws his world and he keeps going on his adventure. Oh, what do we have here? A dragon guarding the apples. Oh, dear. It's so scary that Harold shakes with fear. His crayon slips, and suddenly he has drawn a wiggly ocean. "Oh, no," cried Harold as he began to sink. "He's gonna drown. What's he gonna do?" "Well, let's see." He thought for a second, then with a quick swoop of his crayon, he drew a boat, hopped inside, and sailed safely across. That's right. When you have a purple crayon, you can draw anything you want. Sometimes Harold drew himself into tricky situations, like when he drew that dragon. It got him scared and he drew the ocean, but when he drew the boat, he got himself out of the situation. This is such a good lesson for kids to learn. And I love that the movie teaches kids to be creative and use their imagination, but also problem solve and help themselves. Now Harold is on the other side of the ocean and he continues his journey. Part 3: Adventures and Challenges. Harold wanted to see more, so he drew tall buildings, windows glowing in the night. He even made his way to a big city, with streets and lights everywhere. Harold yawned. Rubbing his eyes, he realized he was tired. He missed his bed. Harold tried to remember. Where was his room? Where was his bed? He thought hard. He drew windows, doors, and houses, but none of them felt right. Finally, he had an idea. If I draw the moon where it belongs, I can find my way back home. And so, Harold drew the moon, shining softly in the sky. Under its light, he drew his own bedroom, his own bed, and tucked himself in. Harold is such a brave adventurer. And you know what else he is? A problem solver. When things get tough, he figures it out. Just like when he got stuck in the water with that wiggly ocean. Instead of just sitting there being sad, he used his creativity and drew a boat and saved himself. Harold's adventure reminds us that when we have problems, we can use our brains to figure out solutions. It's just like drawing a boat to save ourselves from drowning. We can do it. Now we're going to take a look at Part 4: Exploring the World. Let's go on an exciting adventure with Harold and his magical purple crayon. After Harold woke up from his big adventure, he decided to explore even more. So he started drawing again. And this time he drew a beautiful garden filled with flowers of all colors. Can you imagine the smell of those flowers? They must have smelled so sweet and fresh. Harold loved the garden, but he wanted to see more. So he kept drawing. And wow! What do we have here? A huge castle made of chocolate and candy. Can you eat the walls? Harold couldn't resist. He took a big bite out of the castle and it tasted delicious. But he wasn't done exploring yet. Harold continued his adventure and drew a hot air balloon. He soared high above the clouds and saw a magical rainbow. He reached out to touch it, and whoopee, it turned into a slide. Harold slid down, down, down until he landed in a big pile of leaves. He had so much fun. It's so much fun to watch Harold draw everything he wants and bring his ideas to life. The movie does such a great job of showing kids that they can do the same thing. If you have an idea, you can make it come true. It's kind of like drawing your dreams. But remember, sometimes when you draw something, like that dragon earlier, it might get a little scary or a little messy like that wiggling ocean. But that's okay because you can always fix it with your imagination and your creativity. Remember, you can do anything you set your mind to. Harold didn't let a little scary dragon stop him from getting to those yummy apples. And he didn't let getting stuck in the ocean stop him from continuing his journey. And now we're going to finish the movie with part 5, finding his way home. After playing in the leaves, Harold realized he was far away from home. Oh, dear, he said, how will I get back? He thought for a moment. Then he remembered the moon. He took a deep breath, closed one eye, and drew the moon in the sky. Then he opened his eye and colored the moon with purples and blues. As he finished his drawing, the moon began to glow. Harold smiled. Of course, he said, I can draw my way home. Harold drew a path through the woods. At the end of the path, he drew his house. Then he drew his bedroom. Finally, he drew his bed. Harold climbed into bed and snuggled with his purple crayon. Soon he was fast asleep, dreaming of more adventures. The end. That's the end of Harold and the Purple Crayon. Wow, what a creative and imaginative movie. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I did. Harold's adventures remind us that with a little creativity, we can do anything. Don't forget to be brave like Harold when you face challenges. And always remember to use your imagination to come up with creative solutions. Just like when he drew that boat to save himself from drowning. What a hero he is. If you like this movie, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss out on any of our awesome videos. Thanks for watching. Keep being creative and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Hey there, welcome back to our channel. If you're enjoying our videos, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss out on any of our fun. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.